We're going musky fishing, y'all. This is about to be insane. Oh my gosh. Yo, I just started floating. Look at this. Literally just started paddling. There's a dead muskie already. Look at this, guys. Oh man. It's a good fish. I'd be happy catching that. Man, this is shallow. Man, guys, the river is low today. Man, I've never seen the river this low. This is crazy. Normally all these snags are underwater. What is this? They got a picnic table with inflatable bags? Tell me they're not floating down the river on a picnic table. Oh, I hope they are. That'd be hilarious. So, two things about the river today that are interesting. It's really low and it's really dirty. The dirty water, though, is actually a good thing. If you guys musky fish a lot, and I don't musky fish a lot, so I'm just kind of basing this off a few experiences, but if you musky fish a lot, you've probably seen it where the water's really clear and you just get a bunch of follows and you don't get many bites. Last time I was at this river, I actually got skunked. And the water was crystal clear. I mean, we saw, no kidding guys, we probably saw 40 muskie follow our lures. And I only had one bite and it was a short strike. So I think the dirty water is gonna be a really good thing. Let's try to top water. You might need to hear it if the water's dirty. I think we're just gonna be alternating between a top water and a paddle tail right now. I don't know, a bucktail might work good too. What a cast. Oh, no way. Look at this. Free topwater. That's cool. Think there's anything right there under this little natural dam? I doubt it, but I'm gonna try it. This is the swim bait I'm throwing. This is the EFH XL Banshee, made and sold by yours truly. I would be so shocked if I got one right here. You never know though. You gotta try it. All right, river's starting to open up a little bit, starting to get a little deeper. If there's muskie here, I think this is where they're gonna be at. And I'm pretty dang sure there's muskie here. Start out here just alternating between the whopper plopper and the paddle tail. This paddle tail is the Engineered for Hooksets XL Banshee. I'm running it on a line through treble hook. This is a 5.5-inch bait that I make and sell myself. If anyone is interested, you can find them on engineeringHooksets.com. Probably only got about 1 foot of visibility today, which once again I think is pretty good. But at the same time, the river is incredibly low, which is bad. Do I have one? It might have been a stick. I think that was a stick. Pretty sure your ideal musky situation is water that's a little bit high and a little bit dirty. You don't want super high and super dirty, but a little high and a little dirty is kind of peak. This is super low and dirty, so I don't know. Hopefully they're biting. Well, let me just go ahead and let you guys know, if you're watching this video, they are biting. Man, I really hope they are, because I drove a long way to fish this river. I was pulling it out of the water. It was an upper 20s fish, probably like 28 incher. He was following it and I didn't see him because the water was so dirty. You probably saw him on this camera, I bet you did, but as I was lifting the bait out of the water, he came up after it. All right, that is our first sign of a fish. That's good. That is good. That's a gar right there. It's big long nose. We don't want those to bite because those will just cut your bait in half and not get hooked. And also it's a gar, so like who even wants to catch that? Somebody's watching this who likes catching gar and is probably offended by that, but I don't really want to catch a gar. All right, one follow. I want to keep alternating between a really loud, aggressive lure, this whopper plopper, and then a really more finesse musky lure, that paddle tail. Because I wanna hit them with both looks and see what they're interested in. Follow. I was pulling it over a piece of cover and he spooked when he like hit the cover. That was weird. Okay, follow number 2. They're here. That was probably a 30 incher. Man, I'd be stoked with anything right now, guys. I'd be stoked with a 25 incher. First snag of the day. Got it. Oh, I just had a gar follow. That's funny, I've been seeing all these big gar bust the surface, and I had one that was like 16 inches long follow. Got one, got one. Got one. We're 0-1 on bites, and I lost my tail. Hey, that's musky fishing with a soft plastic, guys. You know, I'm pretty sure he didn't even have the hook. I'm pretty sure he had it by the tail, and I was just pulling him in by the tail. That was a fish. All right, we're gonna put another one on. For anybody wondering, this is the XL Banshee that I'm using. They come in these nice clamshells that I waited like 3 months for. I have 3,000 of these packages taking up space in my guest bedroom, so please buy a pack or two. This one right here is gold. It's one of my favorite colors. Let's try to get another fish to bite. Line through trebles are really annoying to rig. The specific way that I'm doing it, I have to take the treble hook off and then thread it on after the leader is pushed through the bait. Switch the whopper plopper out. All right, let's try a bucktail. These things are loud, ton of vibration, shiny. Murky water, this might draw some fish in. We will see. Just gonna keep alternating this out with the paddle tail. Paddle tail is the only thing I've got follows on, and well, 2 follows and a bite so far, but I didn't see any action on the whopper plopper. That's why I'm taking that off. If you're using a spinner like this, you really want to make sure you're figure eighting, because you will get so many follows on a spinner compared to other lures. Most of those fish won't bite. Spinner just gets a lot of follows, but a very high percentage of your spinner fish are going to be on figure eights. At least in my very limited experience. There he is. There's one on it. I've been using this thing for like 1 minute. He bit it. He keeps nipping it. Oh my gosh, it's like a 25-inch muskie. Oh my gosh, he keeps nipping. There he is. What did I tell you guys? There he is again. There he is. I got one. Okay, that's not a big loss. That's fine. That was a tiny muskie. That was like a 25-incher. That's funny though. He bit that thing like 6 times. He just kept following it around. I don't know how much more ready my net could have been. I mean, it was up front, ready to grab. It's difficult on a kayak. I mean, you're holding your paddle and the rod, so the net's got to be down there. And even if your net's ready to go, it still takes a second to grab it and get it in position. So it's just kind of hard on a kayak. I'm not stressing. That was a tiny fish. It's okay. Would have been really nice to catch one, get rid of the skunk, but if we're going to lose one, that's the one to lose. And I've literally been using this thing for less than 60 seconds. So what does that tell you? Honestly, I need to just cut the handle off this net. There he is. Good one, good one. Actually, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's like mid-30s, I think. No, it's like 30. It's like 30. Got him. Got him. Came off on the net. Okay. I've been using a bucktail for less than 5 minutes, guys. I've already got 2 fish on it. I've already hooked 2 fish on it. That's what they want right now. They want a bucktail. Okay, I gotta take the handle down on this net. This thing is so annoying with the giant handle. If the handle was like this long, that would be perfect. Silver and blue bucktail. I'm gonna take this thing to the bank. He's totally underwater. That net's plenty big enough. But I'm gonna take him to the bank because it's just gonna be, it's only a second to get to the bank. It's right behind me. And it's just gonna be easier for me to get a picture on the bank. And if it's easier for me, then it's faster for the fish. I'm not even gonna measure him. I didn't bring a bump board or anything. I wasn't worried about that. All right, guys. Let me get a pic of this thing really quick. This is a pretty nice fish here, guys. It's probably, I don't know, right around 30 inches. Check that out. Nice musky. Let's put him back. There he goes. Guys, that's like best case scenario. Lose the little one, catch the big one. Well, I mean, that wasn't a big one. It was only like a 31-inch muskie. But I'm stoked with it, guys. I've been fishing for about 2 hours now. For muskie standards, it hasn't really been that slow. Before that catch, I had 2 follows and 2 that bit and came off. So in about 2 hours out here, I've had interactions with 5 fish. You know, for muskie fishing, that's not bad. But I only had the inline spinner on for about 5 minutes and I had 2 fish hooked. So that's a really good sign. Let's get back out there and keep throwing the spinner. Actually, you know what? I don't even have to be on the kayak. I can just stand here on the bank and throw the spinner. Well, I guess it'll be harder to figure 8. But I mean, actually, I don't even remember. Did that bigger one bite on the figure 8? I don't think it did. I think that 30-incher bit just when I was reeling it. Guess I can kind of figure 8 right out there. It's actually a lot easier to just not fish from the kayak. Got to be really careful not to get snagged, though. I think I am just gonna wade fish for a little bit. It's so much easier than fishing on the kayak. Especially when you got a really big muskie on. I mean, it is just so difficult to net it from the kayak. The figure 8s in the kayak are a lot better because you're over deep water and you can just figure 8 next to your kayak. Versus here, I'm figure 8ing in like 1 foot of water when I'm just walking around. All right, let's get back in the kayak, fish from that. All right, can we get another bucktail fish? I just threw a bunch of casts in here from the bank, but I didn't get to figure 8 again. And they don't even usually follow lures into shallow water, so if I did have follows from those standing on the bank casts, I don't even think I would know about it. There he is. Oh, big one. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. Good size one. Mid-30s, I think. It's so tough to do in a kayak. Oh. Got him. Okay, it's just the bucktail, guys. They just really wanted the bucktail. Not mid-30s, that's another low 30s, probably like another 31, 32. I just really need to cut this net handle off. I used to keep an angle grinder in my truck. I don't know why I don't anymore. I wish I still did, because I would just run to my truck and grind this handle off. But I don't have like any sort of saw or cutting implement. No, that might be like a 34. That's a good sized fish. Okay. All right, I'm not even gonna measure him. I'm just gonna get a quick picture, put him back. This is so difficult on a kayak. How do I? Ugh. This is so different. They're so lively. Cause like, you're not fighting them for long. You're only fighting them for a second. All right, I'm gonna have to just pull this into the boat. Hold still for 2 seconds for me there, guy. I just want to get a quick picture and throw you back. There he is. Yeah, that's a 35 incher for sure. All right, see you, dude. There he goes. Okay, so I guess you really got to throw the bucktail from the kayak because they won't follow it into shallow water. They want to follow it in deep water. So you really just got to use it on the kayak and then you'll get a bunch of them. Man, I got to get this thing back in the water and catch some more fish. I live really far from this river. This is a super long drive for me and I'm only in town for a couple days. So I need to rack some fish up now because I'm not going to be back to this river for a long time. I think I'm gonna try to net the next one like this, like with the bar in the middle, because I think I'll be able to scoot their head past it, but I'll just be able to maneuver the net so much easier. So I'm gonna try that. I don't know, we'll see if it works. If it doesn't work and I lose a fish because of it, I've already caught 2, so it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm like the slightest bit disappointed that I'm catching them on the bucktail because it means snag. Because it means they want to eat the bucktail right now and they don't want to eat my paddle tail. But I gotta keep it real and I gotta use what they're biting. I mean, I told myself when I started making lures, just because I have my own brand of lures does not mean I'm not gonna use other brands. I'm gonna use whatever the fish are biting. I mean, I'll definitely try my own lures all the time, but if they're biting something else, I'm not gonna use my own lures because I just want to catch fish. Another one. I saw him swim off. That was a high 20s, maybe like a 28. Man, they want the bucktail. That's crazy. He barely got hooked. I wonder if he would bite again. Yeah, my paddle tail's not bad. I mean, I've had good fishing days with my paddle tail. Not for musky yet, because this is the first time I've used it for musky. But you know, sometimes they want different things. I mean, there's times you'll come out here and a whopper plopper will crush it and a bucktail won't. So, you know, every lure has its own situations where it's going to work well. And I think there's definitely situations where my paddle tail will work well. But one of those situations is not today. So I'm not going to use it. Man, I'm glad I put the bucktail on. Snag. You know what's kind of funny? You can actually steer your kayak with the bucktail. I mean, it creates so much water resistance, you can literally just steer your kayak with it. Just make a cast in the general direction that you want to turn, and the bucktail just spins you around. That might have been a follow. I don't know. I didn't see a fish, but I saw a wake. Wouldn't be surprised. There's one. There's one. There's one. Okay, the net's still folded. And he came off. Well, hey, yeah, they're still biting it. That wasn't a huge one. That was probably another low 30s. That's okay. I've caught 2. I've lost, well, if you count the one that was only hooked for like 1 second on the bucktail, then, oh, that's a gar. Oh, this one's a gar. That's funny. Hey, he's not following anymore. That was like a 20-inch long nose. But how many have I had bite and come off now? 1 on the paddle tail and 3 on the bucktail. So I've actually lost 4 fish and landed 2. Not a great ratio, but I did land the biggest one, so I'm pretty happy about that. One more fish, I'd be so stoked. 3 fish day, that's pretty solid for musky fishing. Can't believe I've lost 4. Got him, got him, got him, got him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come here. Got him. I had the rod over here. He went under the kayak, ripped out line, and then jumped up over here. I hope you guys could see that on that camera. That was kind of crazy. I really meant to bring a hat cam today because the chest camera is a really bad angle for musky fishing on a kayak, and I just forgot to bring my hat cam. All right, I gotta get this thing unhooked, get him back. Okay. Oh. Okay, he already came unhooked. Yeah, that's like a 30. It's not a bad one. Okay, let me, quick picture. Get this guy back. Sir, just chill out. I just want to get you back. No, probably not 30. That's probably 29. Okay. Teeth are in the net. Got him. There we go. All right. See you, dude. Thanks for biting. All right, 3 fish. That's a great day of musky fishing. A lot of people, when they're holding musky, they like to hold them below the gills and then just put one hand under the belly. I like holding them with one hand tied around the tail and the other hand right around their pectoral fins, because when you do it like that, their mouth kind of droops open and you see their teeth, and I think it just looks so much cooler. It's kind of the same way guys hold like big trout that they catch. I just think it looks a lot cooler when their mouth's open and you can see all their teeth. Starting to get sunny out, y'all. Do muskie really bite in the sun much? I don't know. Are they more of a nocturnal fish? I feel like everything bites better in the dark, but I don't know. There's some fish that just really don't want to bite in the sunlight. Like, you know, walleye. I don't know. Are muskie one of those? I guess we got some shade right over here that they'd be sitting in. Though I don't know how much. There's another one. That one bit in the sunlight and he came from that way, which is in the sunlight. I wonder if he'll bite again. I didn't even really have him hooked. I just had him on for half a second. That was funny. He didn't follow it. I watched that one. He came from this way and like intercepted it. So he was sitting over in the sun feeding. I don't know, maybe that answers my question. Only a few casts after that last fish. They're still really active on the bucktail. I can't imagine trying to net like a 40-incher in this kayak. I mean, the net's big enough, but just like trying to deal with the rod and position the fish and everything while worrying about it coming off. I mean, it's hard enough with a 30-incher. So what now? I've landed 3 out of 9 bites. It's not a good ratio, 33%. I wonder if the hooks are sharp enough on this thing. I guess there's no point in checking because I don't have a hook sharpener. So even if they're dull, I'm not going to do anything about it. But I've caught like 10 muskie on this bucktail, so I probably should sharpen the hooks. I mean, yeah, I've caught 10 and then I've ran into a bunch of snags. Maybe it's my own fault I'm losing fish. I just need to sharpen my hooks. I don't know. Let me just see. Yeah, they're sharp, but they're not sticky. They could definitely use a little touch up. You know, I didn't bring my bump board, so I'm kind of hoping I don't catch like a PB or anything. Because I wouldn't know what it was. I wouldn't be able to measure it. Well, I guess I could hold it next to the paddle and make a mark. And just measure the paddle later. There we go. There we go. It's tough out here, guys. It's tough on a kayak. But man, they're biting the heck out of the bucktail. So I've caught 3 out of 10 now. That was good fish. That was like, I don't know, maybe 32, 33, I think. I want to say we'll get the next one, but I don't know that we will. I don't know if I'll ever use another lure again other than a bucktail when I'm fishing muddy water. You know what's crazy though? When I did that 5-mile musky float where we had a ton of follows and I landed 3 and my buddy I was fishing with landed 2, we could really only get him to bite on bucktails and that water was like super clear. Maybe bucktails are just like the best all-around musky bait. I don't really know. I'm not a musky fisherman. Well, I guess I'm a musky fisherman today. But I'm not like a experienced musky fisherman. How many have I caught? Like 20 muskie maybe? I don't know, I've caught like 20 muskie. Like, I'm super inexperienced. But like half of those have been on this bucktail. Probably more than half, honestly. I really need like a 4.5 foot long kayak muskie rod. That would make it so much easier to net these fish. I need a net with a shorter handle. Yeah, I need a shorter rod and a shorter handled net. The net would be easy because I'm just going to take an angle grinder to this thing later. But the rod, I'd probably have to get a custom rod made because I don't think anywhere you'd find a 4.5 foot long muskie rod. I mean, it doesn't have to be made for muskie. It just has to be like a 3-ounce rod. I don't know where the heck you'd find like a 5 foot or less 3-ounce rod. Okay, this area is like really direct sunlight. I wonder if there's gonna be any fish here. It's also getting shallower. I'm probably gonna turn around, paddle back upstream. Yeah, I'm gonna paddle back upstream. I think my odds are gonna be way better up there where there's a bunch more shade. And I need to take advantage of that quick because in like 30 minutes or so, there's not even gonna be shade upstream. If any kayak companies are watching this and want to sponsor me, send me a better kayak, I'd be appreciative. I'm really sick of this thing. This is not a river kayak. It doesn't track, and it is super heavy and not agile at all. Also, there's just not enough space. This is a 10-footer, which is like, it's worked out okay for me, but especially for catching muskie and stuff, I mean, you need like a 12-foot kayak. I mean, I have a hard enough time setting a 30-inch fish down in front of me here. And like, there's no room to really put the net. It's just, I just need a bigger kayak. All right, we're shaded here. A few more casts. This is where I lost like 3 of them. This is funny, I'm pulling myself upstream with the bucktail. This is the longest I've gone without a follow or a bite on the bucktail. It's been like 20 minutes. Yikes. That was a gar. I just ran into a gar. I'm gonna paddle upriver a little bit more. Oh, little baby deer. What's up, dude? What do you think he's thinking? Still got the spots. Wonder if that deer's ever seen a kayaker before. Musky. Looks like he darted that way. Wasn't huge, that was like upper 20s. First follow in a minute though, or first follow that I've seen. I think that was the same fish. Oh my gosh. He shot out of the water trying to bite it as I was pulling it out of the water. I had figure eighted too. I guess I should have gone around another time. Man, he really tried to eat it and then he spooked off. That might be the same fish as a few casts ago though. Wonder if I'll see him again. I guess you don't even like need to cast. You can just constantly circle around your kayak. Man, the bucktail really draws them in. It is. There he 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 is. Got him. Got him. Got him. Stay hooked, buddy. Stay hooked. He did not stay hooked. He like did a flip and like tied the lure around itself and it popped out. I've now fought 11 fish and landed 3. Hey, yeah, I can't be mad. I cannot be mad. I have landed 3 muskie. You cannot be mad at landing 3 muskie. They all looked about the same size and I mean, they're in the same spot, so. Whatever. Hey, it's still fun. I didn't land it. It's okay. I'm still having fun. I've landed 3. Isn't that crazy? I could have landed 11. I've fought 11 muskie today. I'm by myself and I have hooked 11 muskie. Is that not insane? That's pretty insane. I'm about to just take this net to the shore and just beat the handle on a rock until it breaks in half. There he is, there he is, there he is. Little guy, probably 26. Nipped at it, didn't get it. He might be back. Just a little guy. I'll take him though if I can get him to bite. I will absolutely take a 26-inch muskie. I don't think he went far. I think he's probably still in the area. I bet I can get him interested again if I just keep casting in a circle here. There he is. Yep, there he is. Same fish, same size. Same fish. I think that's the same fish. He's on it. He's on it. He's right behind it. He's still there. He's still there. I'm gonna move faster. There he is. All right, let's keep this one hooked. Give him a little more line. I need a reel. I think that's the same fish. Had him in the net. Had him in the net. Come here, buddy. Come here. Got him. Got him. Oh, that was a long figure eight. I was bringing that thing all the way around. Pretty sure that's the same fish that just followed a few casts ago. Yeah, I don't know. He might be like 27 inches. Not very big. All right, we've landed 4 out of 12. Can you believe that? It was so slow, and then I put on a bucktail, and I've fought 12 muskie now, and I've landed 4 of them. That is insane. Okay, that might be like 28. That's really not a bad fish. I'm happy with that. I mean, I'm happy with all these fish, but you know. Oh, he's got the line in his mouth. There you go. Another muskie. See you, dude. Thanks for biting. There he goes. All right, y'all, we've landed 4. We're on them. So pretty consistently about 1 for 3. I mean, it's not the worst. I'm landing fish. I've landed 4. That's an awesome morning. I'm super stoked. I will not complain about that. I am gonna have to retie my line here because I saw it in his teeth. Okay, I don't know. Should I quit on that note or should I fish a little more? What should I do here, guys? I've landed 4 fish. I'm super happy with it. I don't think they're gonna get any bigger than the like 34, maybe 35 incher I caught. I don't know, I mean, maybe there's one that's a little bigger, but you know, this river is a numbers river. It's not a big fish river. So I don't think I'm gonna catch a PB or anything over here. But I don't know. I think I'll do like 5 more casts. But I'm probably about ready to head out of here. Oh, gar. All right, last cast. The river's getting real shallow up here, so I don't think there's really gonna be any fish. I think all the muskie are back there where the water's a lot deeper. And just out of principle, doing one more after I said last cast. You always gotta do that. No way. No freaking way. That was a big muskie. No freaking way. That was a big one. I think that would have been the biggest one I would have caught today. That was like literally my last cast. I said, I always say last cast and then I do one more. And that was it. Oh my gosh. It's like, okay, now I want to keep casting because I know there was a fish there, but I already hooked it, so it's not going to bite again. But I don't know, maybe there's another fish up here. Oh man. That was like mid to upper 30s. That was a big fish. Snag. Back there, I want to say it's like, even with the water being low like this, I think it's still like 5 feet deep. Up here, it's only like 2 to 3 feet deep. I figured with the sun out, you know, they'd be in the deep water trying to get some shade. I guess that answers if they'll still bite in the sunlight, because I mean, it's bright as heck right here and there is no shade. That fish was right in the middle in like 3 feet of water in the direct sunlight. Well, okay, let's be honest. There's no way he's biting again. And I was gonna leave anyway, so another snag. So the grand total is 13 muskies fought, 4 landed. Hey, that's a good morning. Man, guys, the water in this river is so cold. No wonder it's a musky river. I guess it makes sense. Water's coming out of a pretty deep reservoir. Well, guys, that is gonna do it for this one. Can't complain about catching 4 muskie. That was a fun morning. I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed, please do me a favor and subscribe.